Guys, this is the last session of the second episode of NairoGreen Podcast. And as you have seen from the previous sessions, we have been unpacking a lot about talking about the circular economy and why we need to eradicate the linear economy from Nairobi waste management and in a broader way in Kenya. And youths have been saying that we need a tape. Now, I'm going to give you this tape. Though I'm not the main decision maker, I'm just going to give you a platform, the table, where you have brilliant minds. Because in Kenya right now, being that the youth make about 75% of the population, it means that the solutions of our problems and the solutions of the future are with us. And now these gaps we have been identifying, this is now the time we have to put them on the table for consideration, for the listener, for the decision maker, for that grantor who is listening. This is now the solutions of the youths. And the best question I'm going to give to my audience is that maybe I start from my immediate right, is that if you are given a chance to talk to a grantor, to our government, to our different stakeholders, you are given a chance to ask one thing. What could you ask them, and who would be the actors? Who will you involve in your ask?
Wow, that's a pretty long question. For me, as a person, if I'm given an opportunity to face my grantors and also the government, for me personally, I'll be pushing for one thing, which is mentorship.
Mentorship.
Yes. And mentorship starts from a young age. We might not be able to solve this waste management crisis right now. But if we inculcate this to the younger generation which are in school, they will grow up as better people and will be able to tackle this challenge better. So for me, I will suggest that this should start from primary school, secondary. At least we have a waste management topic and we practice it from school. This will trigger behavior change because there are people who also are parents. If your child shows you that, mom, hii chupa usitupe huko nje, ndio hii dustbin weka hapa. Hii chakula yenye imebaki ya kitchen usitupe, tugawanyishe tuweke hapa na hizi machupa tuweke hapa. As a parent, utamsikiza juu ni mtoto wako na anakuambia kitu yenye ni factual. So for me, that is one thing that naweza kufa nayo. Mentorship.
Actually, I've remembered something about what you are saying. I listened to one of the speeches from one of the famous key persons in the world, and you know him, he likes storytelling and repeating phrases, Donald Trump.
Yes.
In the 2016 campaigns, he said that if you bring up your child in a chaotic environment, the child will end up being chaotic in the future. If you raise him in a place with good values, the child will end up being, you are raising a society with good values and good moralities.
Yes.
And right now you are reiterating the same statements that if you raise a child knowing that waste management is key, that I need to produce this waste, I'm going to place it somewhere. Just from the younger age, stage of development, you are raising a child who will always know that this is the way things are done. A child who doesn't need rules. A child who doesn't need rules and regulations to know that I'm supposed to collect data and I know the data to collect waste in this way and to segregate it, and this is where it's supposed to be taken. I think that one is a good one. Yes. Maybe we go to our dear sister here, and let's talk about short-term goals. You are going to answer the same question, but in terms of shorter term, is long term, you are short term. So if you are being given a key ask, based on the current circumstances, based on what the challenges you are facing, the challenge you have been saying, what will you ask your government, what will you ask your donors, and what will you ask your fellow youths to do, and who will you involve in doing whatever you want to do?
Thank you. I think a key aspect for me would be a direct push to government to fast track innovation around managing waste. It's already in budgets. They talk about it when they're making plans. There was already a plan to have a site in Dandora. I wonder what is happening with that.
Waste to energy?
Yes, like what if we only have 20 places where this waste is being taken and being processed and disintegrated, and we still have a big problem with waste. It means they are not enough. And seeing the kind of money that the government is putting in projects, it's not a matter of there is no money.
Yeah.
There is money, and if government took it into practice and put up plans to work with this. We want to be Singapore. We want to be China. Singapore and China are disintegrating their waste.
Yeah.
Why are we choosing what to imitate from these countries?
Yes.
We need to have practical initiatives,
Mm.
not just talk.
Mm.
Government needs to work. And for young people, change begins with us. If you're talking about there's a lot of waste on the ground, there's a lot of waste, ignorance in how we're managing our own waste. Why don't you start with yourself? How do you manage your water bottle? Where does it end up at the end of the day? Can you account for it? And then let's just set it by example, because the next generation of young people is looking at what we did as young people.
Yeah.
And even the children we will sire, they will look at how, just like he said, how we behave is how they will ultimately behave.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be it for me.
And that's a good one, a very nice one. So you are talking about the systems, the system change, behavior change, and other models.
Strategic investment by government.
So the government should strategically invest through empowerment, programs, and have some hubs where they can fast track innovations, so that they can be identifiable, they can be able to be identified, and also to be scaled up through funding and giving resources. That one is a nice one.
I think to add on what he said, this government said that it's very deliberate it has a deliberate plan of job creation. I think what he has said is one of them.
Yeah.
If they fast track many of these things, like the Dandora waste to energy, then we can have a lot of jobs for young people.
Yeah. And towards my sister now, I want you to talk to the fellow youths who are listening. The youths like you, the youths like me, and the audience. So, what do you think is how do you think the youths should respond to the current challenge of waste management, and specifically to circular economy? In what way would you like them to utilize the circular economy to their advantage? Advantage means it can be entrepreneurship, it can be innovation, it can be other things which can help them in life.
I was prepared for a very different question. And okay, I'm just going to put it out there that this work needs to feel worth it for us, and incentivizing it would be a great idea. So incentives, give us incentives to do this work. But anyway, what I would say to the youth is you can reduce as much as you can. whatever you cannot reduce, reuse, and whatever you cannot reuse, recycle. But this is not enough to deal with the solid waste management issue. I don't know if this was an original quote by my friend, but I'll just quote it anyway, that reuse, reduce, recycle without producer responsibility on waste is like mopping mopping a floor with an overflowing bathtub without turning the tap off. You're going to continuously just be mopping without any difference happening, without any change happening. So do whatever you can with what you have, but this responsibility should not solely fall on young people or on consumers. This responsibility should be taken up by our producers, by governments, and we're just supposed to be a very small part of the stakeholders. But in the meantime, incentivize this work, make it worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want the government, you want the county government to incentivize and
the producers,
uh,
the government to incentivize this work.
You also want the youths to take up these spaces, be responsible. Number one is responsibility, personal responsibility. And number two, after personal responsibility, as I got you, I don't know if that one is a clear one. When you are taking responsibility, also let's think about how we can utilize the opportunities we have as youths. For example, in waste management, you want them to reuse, you want them to recycle, you want them to repurpose. Is it repurpose?
Yes, you play your part, but I think whatever Coca-Cola said, that they're playing their part in reducing waste and it is consumers that is not playing their part, was a very wrong thing to say, because as much as you continue producing, even if we reduce, reuse and recycle, there's still going to be waste, because I could be reducing and reusing my 20 bottles, but still I would need to drink a soda. I cannot reuse 1,000 bottles as a consumer. So as much as we're playing our parts, let us understand that it is not the biggest part that we should be playing. And I will repeat again, I care for the environment, but I would rather it was an easier thing to do. I would rather I did not have to think about where my waste is going, because there's an infrastructure that facilitates that. I would rather not have to carry my trash home. I would rather not have to do like all this work if it was made easier for me.
Thank you very much for your contribution. And let's go to Washington. Washington, you realized we talked about partnerships.
Yes.
We said partnership with our donors, partnership with our governments, partnership with our fellow youths, partnership with our business to business, B2B, and public-private partnerships. And now, as a youth, you are now standing at the table of, you are talking to your government today. You are talking to the national government.
Yes.
You are also talking to the county government. So, what are your key asks? Maybe you are doing advocacy. If you will be on the table, decision making, what will you ask them to do for you and for fellow youths?
Okay. Let me just be categorically clear. This phrase, and urge the government that it's time to invest in youth-led initiatives. It's time to invest in a grassroots-led action, and the time is now. And I end it.
Yes.
And the time is
Now.
not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. And I drop the mic. Yes,
That's true. The time is
it's now.
Now.
We can say that all of us. The time is
Now.
and if not now, it's now again.
Yes. Well, right now.
It's right now.
Yeah.
So I think that one is a very powerful message
Yeah.
to our government
Yeah.
and to our national government. We cannot call it federal. In Kenya, we call it national government. And then to our county government. You have talked to Governor Sakaja, you have talked to President Ruto also. So we want to, I think we want to wrap up that with a very simple thing. Give us your parting shot.
That was my
That was your part in short.
Yes.
So you don't have anything to say to the youth.
Relax, it's not that deep.
Nice.
So I want to know if someone has a question to ask, and or if you have any other input that you think has been closed in terms of solutions,
Yes.
so that this is now the time when you are going to talk about it.
May I have something to say?
Yes.
And my thing to say is that as we look at all these solutions, let us try and look at them with an intersectional lens. So if we're reducing waste, at what cost and at whose cost is it? If you're doing a certain thing, at who's being costed this, who has control over this, and who is benefiting from it. So let's just keep those 3 questions in mind always, and in that way we ensure that we create something that is socially impactful and friendly, instead of something that could reinforce different inequalities or even bring more inequalities.
Awesome.
Okay.
Nikapata point.
He has got a point.
Yeah.
Maybe you can say
Also,
your
I would like
point
to,
before we finish.
Finish. How beautiful is this that we have these platforms that can really bring massive change to millions in this digital era, and I believe we are living the dream, because at this small time we have been able to engage in a meaningful discussion that can really impact people in years to come. Yes.
Yeah.
And can really be central in pushing for change and meaningful action. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much,
Yeah.
Mr. Washington. I don't know if I should call you the first president of US because you are speaking like him.
Oi,
Yeah.
ndugu yangu. Ndugu yangu.
Yeah. So thank you very much for your insights, for your inputs, and we can clearly see that throughout the sessions we have unpacked. We have seen the picture.
And unbundled.
You have
Yes.
Hii ni lugha ilikuja na mail, endelea tu.
Yes, yeah. Exactly what he has said.
Dismantled.
We have dismantled the problem of waste management in Nairobi by painting a clear picture of what waste management in Nairobi looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And again, after dismantling it, the way you have said, we looked at the rules, the guidelines, and specifically we stressed on EPR, extended producer regulations, and we saw the importance, their bottlenecks, and the gaps which are existing. And after setting the rules, and we have seen the importance of that policy as EPR, we went on to the model of the game, which is the systems which are existing. And we have seen that the systems are existing, but the implementation is slow. And one of my sister said here that we should empower the existing systems to work. We should make them work. And and also one of the speakers said that we should change our systems. But changing all, making them work, it means that those are part of the ways that we have realized that the system has a problem. And we also saw that it's important as youths to do partnerships and to know how to collaborate with various actors, the national government, us as youths, and to the donors, and amongst ourselves, because partnerships help us access to finance and to be able to know how to utilize this finance for sustainable businesses in waste management and sustainability at all in terms of climate action. And lastly, we have sat on a table of solutions, and clearly we have given a lot of asks and solutions to the gaps we identified earlier. And that juncture, I would say that this, according to me, these are been a productive episode of our NairoGreen campaign in Nairobi under the Sikiliza Sauti Yetu project, which is funded by the European Union and implemented by Organization of African Youths and Partners. And we say thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Adios.
Bye-bye.